You know, a lot of our fans would say were impressed last night with the quality of play that Dayton had on the men's side. But the A10 women's side is nothing to shake a stick at either. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in the A10 on the women's side. What should we look forward to as we start our league play on Saturday from the A10?
Well, again, the A10 is competitive top to bottom. There aren't any cupcake games on the women's side whatsoever. We typically have one or two teams in the top 25. Right now, Dayton is in the top 25. And there are no easy nights. And you know you're going to battle every night. When I first took the job, I coached as an assistant in the SEC, and to me it was very comparable, where the top team could play the very last team on any given night and upset them. And that's very possible in the A10. It is it's a dogfight each and every night. There are no easy games. And we're very excited about that. To be on that level of competition and to compete on that stage is exciting for us and for our recruits.
And someone like Robin, who one of our juniors who's had a really good season so far, I think she's someone in that league who can really excel.
She is, and I think she's proven that already. Robin averaged 6 points a game last year, and she's currently second in the A10 in scoring. So a gigantic jump for her to go from 6 points a game to almost 19 a game. We challenged her to average a double-double, and she's having pretty solid success with that. She's not done it every single game, but when she does that, we're typically on the winning side of things.
And we have been on the winning side a lot so far. We had a little setback last week against Youngstown State, but what are some of the things that you've talked about since that Youngstown State game with the team in sort of get us ready to get on the road this weekend?
Well, the exciting part for us is that we had 6 prep days going into this game. And St. Louis played last night, so they only have 2 prep days for us.
Hopefully they're really tired.
We're hoping so. So we also know that the 3 teams that we open with are below us in the non-conference standings. So we couldn't be happier, I guess, with the opening to A10 play with the opponents that we have. So it's exciting time to open in this league.
We have a big class coming in next year. Not to look past what's going to happen between now and March, but we have a big class coming in next year. But what are some of the things that our fans should look at or expect from our new class coming in?
Well, they're feisty. They're competitors, and a couple of them score at a very high rate. We have a couple kids that are ranked in the top 100. But as we all know, they're freshmen, and freshmen take time to learn this system and learn this level. But the good news is the rule has changed on the women's side where we can work with them in the summertime. We've adopted the rule that the men have, so that's going to be very beneficial with so many new youngsters coming into the fold here. To be able to work with them during the summer months, I think will prove very beneficial. But you're looking at a lot of talent coming in at different positions that several of them have an opportunity to come in and start right away.
Talk about, you mentioned some of these feisty players you have coming in, and I know coaches want to create competition and intensity in practice, so then games almost sometimes seem easier. It sounds like that's one of the things you want to do.
Well, certainly. We talk a lot about competition by position, and we'll have that next year, in particular at the guard position. So that raises everyone's level, and nothing but good things typically come from that because if you're going to play, you have to beat out your teammate. We also go against a male practice player team every day in practice, so it'll be a much more competitive environment top to bottom. We'll certainly be deeper by position, and we'll certainly have a lot more competition by position.
Why don't you give us a little snapshot? You've got your first A10 road trip coming up. St. Louis is first on Saturday.
Well, as I said, St. Louis is coming off of a loss last night, and they only have a couple days to get ready for us. They're a team with 6 wins. We feel like we match up very well against them. We think we can take advantage of some inside play. We have height, size, and athleticism on them on the inside. We have spent the last couple of days not giving anything out in case they might be tuning in, Greg. But we spent the last few days, tweaking a few things here and there. And our young ladies will be very well prepared for the game. And we hope to come out on top.
We'll let them know that we're just going to walk the ball up every single time and run it down to 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. 4 corners. That's exactly what you're going to do. Can you talk about how the success of the men's program can help you sell the women's program?
Oh, without question. My colleagues and peers in the business ask me all the time what it's like being here with Shaka, but he's wonderful. He's awesome. We know that his intellect and basketball IQ is very high. The best I've been around at any of the institutions I've been on the men's side, and it's certainly beneficial in recruiting, and we certainly learn things from their staff. We can absorb like a sponge, but it's nothing but positive. We've been very well received by their staff. We work very well together on whatever it might be, and what greater place to be and to work alongside someone like Shaka Smart and in this community. It's been just awesome.
Well, and I think some of the parallels are that you like to go up and down and play that way, and obviously Coach likes to create a havoc environment. We're still searching for a word.
That's right.
To describe, but it's certainly that that energy, that excitement. The kids must love playing it.
Well, they do, and it is a fun type of style for basketball players. They enjoy it. We, unlike Shaka, emphasize offense a little bit more, whereas he's more obviously defensive based. But we see a little bit of our style this year. It won't be in full-fledged force, I guess, until next year.
Sure.
But you'll see pieces of it. But we certainly do want to get up and down. We want to shoot the three, and we want to move at a faster pace as we grow into my system.
Well, I hope all our fans know the leading scorer in the state of Ohio, high school history.
Yes.
Not LeBron James.
No, it is not LeBron James.
Not anyone else.
It's this lady.
It's Marlene Stollings.
I like that.
That's pretty good, right?
She scored more points in Ohio high school history than LeBron James.
Which is why we like to score the basketball. So.
Right. Now, do you challenge? You ever you challenge any of the players in practice, Marlene? Right.
On and off. Usually at the free throw line, though.
There you go.
I'm not as mobile as I used to be.
A lost art, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Can win you a lot of games. How about a big round of applause for women's basketball coach Marlene Stollings, and of course they'll be back at the Siegel Center coming up soon. Of course, these two games, Sunday, January 20th, you'll be back against GW for the A10 opener. So let's get out there and to the Siegel Center. Thank you, Marlene.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks,
Coach.
Ed.
Quick timeout. We'll come back, wrap up the show here live from Home Team Grill and the Fan on ESPN 950.